Hey everybody, so we are going to do a country road to take me home, slightly vlog if you will. You might hear the GPS every now and then because I am going out on a delivery to Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. I figured I'd take you guys along and do the vlog this way. I had filmed the vlog earlier, blah 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 blah, but anyways, I filmed it and I figured I'll do everything I was talking about on that and then take you along on this country roads. Take me home. Alright. So it is going to definitely take us a very more interesting route. We're going to go through 117 Mount Gretna. So it'll take us a lot of back roads, country roads, which we like. Like I said, pay no mind to the thing telling us where to go, because I would love to get a GPS that would have Severus Snape as the one telling you where to go. Be like, you blithering idiot, you were supposed to go left, you stupid muggle. I think that'd be hilarious. But anyways, I'm taking a bunch of, if you hear the dishes clacking back and forth, I'm taking a bunch of dishes to a wedding venue called Moonstone Manor.
Continue on Pennsylvania 117 north for 5 miles.
But anyways, so some of the stuff I had a reason I sort of haven't been having videos out is because I have been having a lot of issues with my left leg. Basically, because of the cast being up about 2 inches higher with the boot, basically my left leg, I've been having issues with a tendon in the center of the leg, tendon or ligament, whatever it is, just swelling up and ballooning. And so there was slight concern. They didn't think I had a blood clot, but I had to go get tested for a blood clot on Tuesday. And thankfully, no blood clot, but the leg hurts. So moving around right now is not real simple, and it's uncomfortable. And so I really haven't been out, and with work, I'm just really beat right now. So unfortunately, it's just right now it's going to be videos, or hopefully be coming out every couple days. Like 3 or 4 days, maybe even a week, just once a week, because it's just, I'm exhausted right now. So I haven't been keeping up with my emails, as some of you know, and things of that nature. I'm trying to, but I'm really exhausted right now, so I do apologize for that. That being said, I have decided I am going to postpone the YouTuber get-together, meet and greet with subscribers and viewers in Millersburg at the ferry. That's going to have to wait till next year. Now, we may have one yet that we don't have to worry about weather and stuff like that, because it's basically, they operate till the end of September, and then potentially, depending on height of the water, or depth of the water I should say, they operate until maybe second week of October, but that usually doesn't happen. Usually they're putting the boats and docking them again in October before it gets too chilly, just because, you know, taking a boat out of the water when it starts getting chilly like that isn't going to be fun. But so that's where we're at with that. We may wind up doing something else. October 7th, we have the Country Fair Day at Isaac Meyer Homestead. That's where a lot of my time is going to go here for the next little bit. We are entering Mount Gretna right now. It's a beautiful town. At some point, we're going to start going through here, because I talked about doing the Chautauqua buildings, just so you guys can see the beautiful architecture and just talk about all the history of this place at some point, once I'm able to start walking again. Unfortunately, like with the Millersburg thing, what makes it difficult is I'd really want to have at least 2 months to plan something, and this cast is probably going to be on for a month yet, so there's no way I could plan this, and also I want to be careful that I'm not pushing myself too fast, too far, that I wind out re-injuring the foot, because I don't want to keep on going through this over and over again. So that's a major reason why we're going to postpone it for right now, because it just physically, I'm not going to be able to do it, and I'm just going to wind up damaging myself if I do try to do something like that. So we'll be having it. It's just going to be a little bit longer until that actually happens. But anyways, so that's sort of the stuff, like announcement wise, that I can think of, because there aren't really anything major beyond that. There's a lot of backlog of videos. I just need to do the editing. A lot of really cool stuff that I think you guys will enjoy. 2 more of the World War II reenactment videos that'll be coming out. One will be sort of one guy has a really cool display there with a lot of neat stuff that I want to show you guys. We may be doing some videos with him in the future, and then of course the battle, that will have that as well, which was quite neat. I'm hoping I'll be able to start getting some shorts up here in the next couple days as well, but it's just sort of where we're at. A lot of cool stuff, a new series that we'll be starting, having to do with, you know, what happened to the poor houses and things like that, the jobs that they were forced to take and to survive and those types of things. So I think it'll be a pretty cool series, based off of when Cliff and I were at Fort Loudon. It was a pretty neat display that they had that was put on. It was called Scoundrels Alley, and I think you guys will enjoy that. I enjoy it. I really enjoy researching all kinds of odd stuff. So, but anyways, so let's enjoy this Country Roads Take Me Home, and we'll talk about the towns as we come through them and all that kind of good stuff. I know there's somewhere back in here, it was more towards Mount Gretna, is where they had the National Guard base, but I know there was a bunch of other stuff. There's also, which I think Cliff did a video on it, I had gotten a book. They were going to put a high-end, like, state penitentiary, but it was going to be one for, like, the really bad criminals. And if you're able, which I'll never be able to, but you can go back and you can find some of the remnants of what they were trying to start to do. Nothing ever really got built, but we might do the history on that at some point. It's actually a pretty cool book that talks about everything they were going to try to do, and I think it was back in early 1900s, and it just ultimately couldn't get the funding that was needed to do that. And I think there was also a lot of pushback that people just did not want the worst offenders type state prison right outside their door, because Mount Gretna being the Chautauqua, it's like that they wanted to have it be peaceable, beautiful area, take advantage of the beautiful nature as you see that they're surrounded by, and just not have a state prison right by, which I could understand. But because always when you go up to Frackville, there's like all the like state penitentiary, and there's like no cameras and all this other stuff, and I'd like to stop at that thing some point. I knew I saw it. It's for water, but it's a little like grandiose compared to all the other normal water ways and stuff like that. It's just sort of neat.
Quarter mile, turn left on Pennsylvania 241 south.
Yeah, I will say I'm getting tired. Like, this is beating me up right now. We just are going into Colebrook here. This is Mount Wilson Road. We did some video. I think we did a short on Colebrook. I think it was originally called, was it Mount Joy? Something like that.
Continue for 2 miles.
But it was like the Mount Joy iron furnace, and then Robert Coleman bought it and then changed it to Colebrook in honor of where the family came from, Ireland. And actually then too, in Lebanon, they named the one iron foundry, a Colebrook Iron Foundry, which was just, they had one that was the North Lebanon Foundry, I believe it was, which was just south of the Mount Lebanon, where they had all their really ornate and beautiful homes, and now it's Coleman's Park. But they also had another one that was right near there called the Colebrook Iron Furnace. A lot of the homes, like the workers' homes, are still standing there. And then that one, the Coleman Chapel there, we visited and did a video on. That was actually the church that the Colemans built for the workers of Colebrook Furnace. And over there would be Dinosaur Rock, which we visited on numerous occasions. And then just south of that Colebrook Furnace would have been the Donamore Iron Furnace. And that's where the southernmost, I believe northernmost tip of the Cornwall Railroad, which was originally called the North Lebanon Railroad, that was owned by the Colemans, and that was the first railroad. And then Robert Habersham Coleman made his Cornwall and Lebanon Railroad, which wound up being competing and a lot of suing. Sorry, I'm all over the road. There was a lot of bad feelings about that. Him deciding to get into the railroad business, and the family's like, come on, we already have a railroad. Why are you doing this? He was a real interesting guy. And that's something I got. Another one of our backlog videos is on the Cornwall and Lebanon railroads, and sort of their competition, the feelings of not real happy towards one another, and all the neat stuff that went with that, some of the legends and tales and things of that nature. Oh no, Sunnyside Road. I went on this one the other time and almost ran out of gas. I'm in good shape this time, but I thought this road will take me back over here, and then I took a wrong turn and wound into Elizabethtown instead of over here. I think it's Sunnyside. Sunny Burn Road. Well, it had something to do with being sunny. It was actually my foster sister. Her name was Sunny. They called her Sunny, but her name was Sandra, but she went by Sunny. She passed away. It's coming up on 4 years or so that she passed away real suddenly. There's a lot of pretty houses out here, a lot of pretty stone buildings. There's one of them. It's just one of those areas where it's just gorgeous to drive through, and you think about what all history is there. That almost looks like a freaking castle. It does. It looks like a castle. That is so cool. It's almost like it's a wood structure too. That's nuts. The one side almost looks like it's like a castle. There's things like that you see out here in the country roads, and a lot of really pretty houses out there. Pretty area. Corn is high. I remember just a month or so ago when the corn was like, we had not gotten rain for, not much rain for a while, and everything was really short and didn't look healthy, and it was like, wow, this is going to be a poor corn harvest this year. And then all of a sudden we started getting some rain, and corn shot up real quick. Now it's looking back almost like normal, where it would this time of year. Now there's another really cool log cabin. A lot of really old places out there. Start getting down into like Lancaster County, which is where we roughly are. I believe we're in Lancaster County. You really start hitting a lot of these older roads, or older homes. So Elizabethtown Road, right. That might be it right here. Is it? No, I think it's a little bit further. That's a lane. A very nice lane. Looks like a road. So this is Elizabethtown Road here.
Take the next right onto Elizabethtown Road.
This will take us into Elizabethtown, which Elizabethtown is one of those towns I have not done photography in yet. I have not done any videos, but that's the next town that I want to start hitting because they've got some extraordinary buildings there, extraordinary history as well. My friend Devin that I work with, he was talking about they have it's like the historic homestead or something like that, which is the headquarters or the building where they have their historic society. I got to stop by there and pick up, they have the history of Elizabethtown there. He said it's a really cool book that they have there. So shout out to you, Devin, if you watch this. So, but anyways, it's a really pretty area. I am going to pause this just quick just so I can look at the directions to see how far I have to go yet, because I've been in E-Town quite a bit, but I've never been to this place in particular. I don't know if it's before E-Town or if it's somewhere after or whatever. Alright, so we're back. It's still another 4.5 miles, I think, almost till we get to our next turn. So it's a little while. It's still another 14 minutes yet. So, but yeah, I definitely I'll be happy once this cast is finally off. The thing is, wound is almost fully healed. It's just being stubborn because, like last week, I had 47 hours in. So when you're on your feet that much, unfortunately, as much as I get to sit down to do a lot of stuff, unfortunately I also am on my feet quite a bit. So it sort of doesn't allow it to heal as quickly, but it does seem that it's a lot thicker and stronger than it has been in the past where it heals real quick. There's another cool log cabin. Probably didn't get you to see that one. But yeah, so hopefully once that heals, we have it on for another 3 or 4 weeks just to give it time to fully heal so it doesn't break down again. And then we shift a contour boot, which is without the cast, but it's still in the same boot, but with like this thing it's like a really nice soft thing that wraps around your foot. So I'll do that for another 2 weeks or so, and then we'll shift over to the aggressive diabetic shoes, which hopefully have a couple different features that also help with balance and just protect my feet a little bit better. And I'll probably be wrapping my feet for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maybe a month, until I feel fully confident that this isn't going to break down again. And hopefully too, there's a couple other things I want to see if they can do just to ride, because I have no arch in the left foot anymore because half of it's gone. I want to see if there's something they can do with the sole that can add on to sort of balance things out, because right now, even with once it's back to normal shoes, left side's about an inch lower right now just because of not having the arch and stuff like that. With the restructuring of the left foot, what was left, it just makes for problems. But anywho, I was just looking at the phone a little bit more, GPS, and we are actually going to go into E-Town itself. I wasn't exactly sure, looking at things a little closer. just to see where we're at, what we're doing. Oh, boy. We're now entering E-Town, the outskirts. Yep, Elizabethtown. This is, I think, on the left coming up is Elizabethtown High School. I believe it's Elizabethtown High School because there is an Elizabethtown College here in town as well. So this is, Elizabethtown is one of those college towns. Sort of like Annville with Lebanon Valley College. Yep. I think that was actually an elementary school. And this up here is the high school, I do believe. Just a little bit of rain today, but nice. Hopefully the rain sort of gets the humidity down again, because got a little humid again today, which I will admit I don't enjoy. Monday was really, really bad with that. Like Tuesday and even yesterday were actually not bad. They were actually pretty nice, especially Tuesday was beautiful all day. But Monday was, that warehouse, man. It's like a sauna. My favorite word, moist, described that place perfectly because it was moist. Uncomfortably so. So we're coming into the town of Elizabethtown, town proper. We'll be coming up into the main street, which I believe is Market Street. A lot of the really old towns, now we call them like Main Street and stuff like that. Annville's a good example as well. Their main street, or what would become the main street, a lot of times we're called Market Street because that's where all your taverns, your inns, a lot of your businesses and stuff like that. That's the name, Market Street. So I am going to pause here for a second. Crossing Spruce Street here. A really pretty church here on the right. This is one I'd like to get a picture of, this steeple and the church. I believe it's a Lutheran church. Yep.
In 800 feet, turn right onto
Christ Evangelical Lutheran Church. Got a very high, prominent steeple. Pretty church. How old it is, I'm not sure, but we will be making a right, I believe. Yes, a right. This is one of those two towns that has its old theater, and it has the marquee on it yet, which is not terribly common because you see so many times that. And this is awesome. This is a really neat town. For like small businesses and stuff like that. My friend Christina, I believe she has like a consignment, like children's clothing and stuff like that store here in this main Market Street. It's pretty darn cool little. It's one of the small towns with all the neat shops and stuff like that along. And there's the old theater there. I think possibly was an old Moose Lodge as well, but a lot of cool buildings through here. And once again, have to look at the phone just to see GPS wise where I'm heading. I'm gonna pause again here. I had to check there because if you go right, that's the normal way that I go. It's 743 that takes you down to Hershey, and this way takes you out towards Middletown, which that's another town that I want to go. It's got a lot of great history that I also would like to go. And that's a nice house, but that also has a lot of really cool. Plus, Middletown's where TMI is, 3 Mile Island, so a lot of history there as well. Slightly terrifying history. That was some kind of cool estate or something like that, campground type thing. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look back and see what that is. I couldn't quite read the sign. Ugh. But anywho, so I am gonna say thank you once again for coming along on another video. Country Roads Take Me Home, a little bit of a vlog, chit chat about history and towns and all this neat stuff that we have planned and are doing. But we will see you hopefully soon again, and be on another adventure, another video, new series and stuff like that. So as always, I want to say thank you, and we'll see you all about town.